Are you struggling in connecting with Generation Z team members within your organization? Are you experiencing a higher trend in your attrition, specifically for iGen team members? If the answer is yes, then this class is for you. Reality is this generation is not going anywhere. I'm actually very curious and excited how this particular generation is going to change the dynamics into the labor force in call centers and BPO this and next year. We cannot escape a generation, guys. The question is, what are you going to do to level up your skill sets to engage with Generation Z differently so you can actually potentialize their abilities into the labor force in call centers and BPOs within your teams, your company, and your clients? Today, I'm going to teach you 3 unbeatable leadership strategies to emotionally connect with your Generation Z team members differently, and that might help you to reduce attrition and engage into a positive culture in your organization. Number 1, feedback. Provide feedback and coaching. And you will say, well, Christy, that's part of the day-to-day. No. I'm not talking about once per year. I'm not talking about twice per year. I'm not even talking about once per month. I'm talking about in a specific either coaching group sessions or a specific one-on-one sessions with that individual, especially if this individual is new in your organization, is a new supervisor, a new trainer, a new team lead, and have no idea what is his or her role. It's very important you understand Generation Z specifically. They want coaching, they want feedback, they want to know and understand what do they need to do to perform better. For them, it's not about the final product only. It's about the process. It's about the progress. Listen to this. It's very important that you understand that it's not only about the end result. It's about the process. So when you are going to set up a career path or in a specific action plan of improvement, then celebrate the steps once they are achieved. Do not wait only until the end result, because they are going to be discouraged by then. And then they're going to resign before you even started the action plan or you even started the performance plan or a career development. Okay? Remember, hustle is not their thing, team. Too much pressure at the same time, they're going to just leave. I want to give you one example of many so you understand where I'm coming from. I had 4 implementations. At the same time, we had to promote a lot of supervisors, QA trainers, program managers, OMs, etc. We selected one QA, he was outstanding, to get into the supervisor position for a new program, a new LOB. Of course, we didn't have enough time to kind of develop all the things that he needed to get to that level, and we didn't have the pool of people at that time because it was an accelerated growth. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. And long story short, this person felt so overwhelmed. We had a new PM, we had a new OM, and at the end of the day, the feedback that he was receiving was too consistent into the wrongs. And not from me, but from the client at that time. And we had to manage it differently. And third parties too, not only into my line. And at the end, this supervisor did not have like little steps to celebrate success and progression, because of course whoever has an experience and implementation is a lot of work. You have to be on top of every KPI and also the development of your group, not only for performance but for the company and engagement, and making it fun and light so people can actually feel that they belong. At the end of the day, he left with no notice, and it was too much for him. So bad decision on all the recruiting process when it comes to like filtering the right person for the job, but it's also a lesson like in the way you develop and coach Z generation, they need constant feedback, and they need also validation and reassurance until they get to that level. So it's not only the end result, but it's during the process. So here is a list of phrases that you can use with your Generation Z team members next time to connect with them differently and foster that positive environment of collaboration. I appreciate your hard work and dedication. Thank you for sharing your perspective with me. I understand how you're feeling. Let's find a solution together. I'm sorry to hear what happened. Whatever it happened, blank. How can I help you? Oh, that was a great job! Keep up the good work. I trust your judgment on this project. This is a huge one, guys, but this is not at the beginning. This is more when they have already deliver some results, okay? Your contributions are important to me, and that is going to make a difference. I value your input and ideas. Let's celebrate success as a group. I'm grateful you're part of my team. These phrases might seem easy, but remember, you don't have to be complicated about this. It's all about the process. So if you stop in the way and you actually celebrate those little steps with some of these phrases, you can connect differently with your team members. It's not about perfection, it's about the process. So you can schedule a 10-minute session with them to kind of track progress every week for a month, and then in 60 days you can see where they at, and in that way they are going to feel that this is a collaborative effort for both get into success. It is important that psychologically speaking, when we connect with Generation Z, they understand that you are not the enemy, that you understand who this person is, and you will have to do the homework for that because you cannot pretend to care, right? So you have to kind of put those dots together and then create that plan with them. In that way, that is going to boost the confidence, okay? Don't forget that. Number 2, celebrate success. And you're going to say, well, Christy, this is not a new thing. No, it's not a new thing, but how do you do it with Generation Z can make all the difference. For example, you can use social media, IG, LinkedIn, even Twitter. If your company manage any marketing team, you can create a campaign if you are a country manager or you have a strong line of business in multiple countries. You can promote that recognition company-wide. That's like really, really cool. Another one is team events that recognize their effort. It can be virtual, it can be hybrid, it can be in person. You can have some leadership activities that can promote that fun in the job that you are doing. It's a great opportunity to go through what were the struggles and challenges to get into that success. It doesn't have to take that much time, guys. It's important that you understand is the purpose and the intention of that celebration, which is going to make the difference. You can do meetups, you can do team building exercises in your huddles, in your operations meetings, in your quarterly reviews, in your yearly reviews. You can have an award specifically for recognition for your top performance groups and the best improvement percentage. You can get with your HR group and create a plan for the next quarter, for the next year if you don't have one. In that way, you promote merit and you step out into the whole favoritism and step into meritocracy. A bonus pro tip I want to give you are the shootouts. What is the shootouts? Let's say Carlos is a great operations manager and he did a fantastic job putting together a whole initiative. He went above and beyond and create that sense of urgency into things to get to the team to the next level by organizing an engagement event. So you can specifically send an email to Carlos and copy the C-suites, the senior executive, his team. So in that way, that person feels valued and appreciated. That email doesn't need to be long, and you don't need to be a C-suite to do that. Another shootout is perfect on LinkedIn, for example, through pictures or this recognition, kudos kind of thing is very valuable as well. Obviously, the one-on-one on the phone or in person is not gonna get old. Celebrate milestones. This is a huge one, guys. One of the biggest things that I want you to understand about the Generation Z is that this is the highest attrition with training nesting during the next 3-6 months. And it's extremely important that each milestone, since the moment that person had their interview with the recruiter, with the operations person, with whoever does that first interaction, then after that in training, like, hey, you made it, that celebration coming from whoever is going to be there, reports, the boss of the boss of the boss. Virtually, you can do that too. No matter if you are into a very high level, a shootout, if you are in the organization in a visit, if you're in a visit, integrate the client if you can, talk internally. Each call center and BPO works differently within structures. However, as a leader of change myself and been promoting change across different organizations for years now, you can do what you plan and you sail towards the benefit of the group, expansion and growth between those three pillars that we always talk about: teams, company, and obviously clients. Another milestone is when if you have a nesting program, they go through nesting. Hey, high five. You celebrate success, cupcakes or a party or whatever it is that you want to do. If you have enough budget and you can do a breakfast, if you can do a virtual coffee thing with like high levels, those things are important, guys, more than ever with Z generation. They got the collections goals this month. Hey, they got their CSAT score this month. Hey, all those things are progress, and those are milestones. Make sure also that you set clear expectations on what is needed. Clear, concise, and specific, okay? The type of communication you're going to use with Z generation is going to make a complete difference, okay? All these tips are legit at specific techniques that I personally use in different organizations, and they work perfectly, especially for Generation Z. They are fun, easy, and help you build the spirit for a good, healthy workforce environment. That's what you want. Number 3, encourage skill development. And what does this mean, Christy? It's more about the teaching and not the crucifying the individual. Each call center, BPO, and multinational has a different kind of talent management strategy. Some smaller companies, they don't even have a talent management strategy. It's based on the criteria of each country. Some others, they do have a specific software or platform that you can play with and that encourage also career path and growth. So it depends. If you have this kind of support from the HR team members or whoever works a talent management strategy in the operation, or you personally are experiencing high attrition, one of the biggest triggers is understanding where is the gap and where is the disconnect, so you can work into a plan. So for skill development, it's all about the training, it's all about the workshops, it's all about the boot camp. By the way, I'm going to start my waiting list soon for my Supercharged Communication Powers boot camp. Stay tuned because we're going to have limited spots available. I'm extremely excited because it's going to be my second edition and it's going to be powerful. So in other words, if your company have a talent management strategy already in place, make sure that you as a leader understand how does it work, how do you enroll your people, and communicate that and embrace that kind of philosophy as an ambassador of your company. If you don't have that support and you are the one who is leading the change, congratulations, because that's a huge step and it's all worth it. And it's a lot of work, but it's all worth it. One of the biggest things will be to get the rest of the team members like HR, training, and whoever is involved in the process so you can get into those ideas and they can execute. You can involve the Generation Z in this initiative. They are gonna be so happy to be part of them and they can become your champions or ambassadors. Remember guys, Generation Z is not about the bosses anymore. They want leaders, and they don't only want leaders, they want people that can walk the talk and talk the walk. So you will have to lead by your example. It's not the preaching, it's not like the whole reprimand, It's more about the connection and making sure that you can get with your team, those team members, into their highest potential. So in that way, they can really explore all the possibilities, all the opportunities that this industry brings to them. They appreciate authenticity. They appreciate feeling part of the process, finding creative ways and solutions to fix problems together with them. If you like this video, like it, subscribe if you haven't, and share with another team member who is actually struggling with Generation Z right now, so they can effectively lead these 3 leadership strategies unbeatable to coach Generation Z differently and help them to reach their highest potential. Because at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want to get to the next level, but they don't know exactly how. That can definitely help you to reduce and stabilize your attrition percentages and create a healthy environment in your organization. See you next class.